Yes, hello everyone. I'm Ezekiel Kuhoga, and currently I'm attending or I'm participating in the integration program under TE program. And with me is my teacher.
Hello, I'm Maija Mattila and I'm Ezekiel's teacher. I teach Finnish language and things about the society and working life in Finland, mainly.
Great, great. So I convinced my teacher to have a discussion on things about Finnish culture. Yes, and the main reason I said we should have this discussion is because I feel that the big part or the majority of foreigners in Finland have no idea about Finnish cultures. And at the end of the day, we are having some cultural clashes, clashes which end up leading to misinterpretation of some things, and which also can lead to some hate. There are some things you may easily translate as maybe racism or hate, but it's just some cultural difference. That's what I've learned, and I said that's why we should bring up these topics to discuss more often so that we can understand each other. Finns should understand the foreigners with their cultures, as well as for us foreigners in Finland, we should understand the Finns. This is how people manage to live together. I listened to one of the motivational speakers, and they said, what brings understanding between people is not their differences, but it's their ability to accommodate their differences. I understand you and your differences, and you understand me and my differences, and then we go along together. Yes. So, like I told you, I'm now participating or I'm attending this integration program from Pohjoi Savon Opisto. Maybe could you tell us a little bit?
This Pohjois-Savon Opisto is a place where we have vocational schools. For example, people are studying sign language over here, and it's for native Finnish people usually attend this program.
Yeah.
And then it's also people who, how do you say, lastenhoitaja at the daycare.
Okay. Lastenhoitaja, like children carers, something like
Yeah,
that.
and we also have aikuisten peruskoulu. We have school for, how do you say, peruskoulu, elementary and
school.
secondary school
Okay.
for adults.
Okay. So
We haven't-
adult education.
Adult education, and also we have integration groups.
Okay.
We have two groups for mainly Ukrainian people, and then we have this group that Ezekiel is attending.
Great. So, like I said in the beginning, we want to discuss about Finns. And the reason I convinced Maya to come to join in this discussion is because, first of all, she's a Finn. And of course, one thing we should take into consideration, what I'm going to explain here is based on my personal interactions with Finns and my personal observation. So it might not reflect every interaction in Finland, but also I believe, Maya, you also will share according to your own person. You're a Finn, but
Yeah.
I'm definitely sure you would not have the same opinion with every Finn around there.
No, of course not. And it depends also the area that you live in and the cultural differences inside Finnish people. We have different areas and with different backgrounds and
Yeah.
cultural exchange. So
Great. But like I said, this discussion should help you as a foreigner in Finland, especially if you're a newcomer. There are some things which you can easily misunderstand, and they can lead to depression and something like that. But if you understand, then probably you will know how to deal with them in a good way. So there are 10 things which you should understand about Finns. I've prepared. Number one, when you are using a public transport, and specifically I'm talking about a bus, when you're using a public bus, most of the time I would say you would notice that if you are sitting in the two seats and there is an empty seat, other Finns who are coming, they would prefer standing rather than sitting adjacent to you, like the way I'm sitting with Maya here. It's not a normal thing to see in a public transport. So most of the time, I would say foreigners would translate this as some act of racism. Yes, but according to my observation and my study, I had to study this. I've been in Finland for now about 8 years and I've been studying this. I came to realize this has nothing to do about racism, according to my opinion, but people have been doing the same thing even to fellow Finns. They have the so-called personal space. So can you tell me?
Yes, it's true. We have this kind of personal space that we also respect and also want to have for ourselves, and then usually the teenagers might sit next to you.
Yes.
And also in Helsinki area, if the bus is full and you're really tired and you want to go back home, but if there is option that you don't have to sit next to somebody, then you prefer to stand.
That is very true, and this is very important, yeah, because most of the people, for foreigners, they have been really distressed about this thing. Yeah, most of the time, when they get into the bus, the first experience, the bus is almost full, and there's an empty seat, adjacent to her, but nobody is coming to sit. Then they're like, oh my God, they're not sitting with me because I'm an African or because I'm different, I'm not a Finn. So it's very much important to understand about that one. Number two, the point says a regular Finn would not approach a stranger for any regular reason, be it to ask for help or even help out someone for ordinary stuff. I can give you an example. For example, I might come out of the washroom and my zip is open, the trouser zip is open. If I go to the road, very rarely a Finn might come and say, please close your zip is open. People will just look at you and then they will not say anything, according to my experience.
That is true.
Yeah, maybe the elders who are very, very, elders, or I don't know, just elders, I think they will come and say something. But a regular Finn would not say anything.
Well, that is quite true. You might walk about and have some ice cream on your face or anything, and nobody comes to say. It's kind of showing respect towards other people, that if something is embarrassing, we don't tell them that you look ridiculous or something like that.
And
so
that's another difference. So she explains this as a sign of respect. So not telling somebody about this thing is like showing respect, but it's opposite in my country. In my country, if I realize that I had something here which is off and you didn't tell me, I might get mad at you. Like, really, you wanted me to be embarrassed to people.
But I would be mad at my friend if she or he wouldn't tell me that I had ice cream all over my face or something like that.
Yeah, so I think maybe you have to be really close for a friend to come and tell you about something. Maybe your zip line is open or something like that.
Working together or being friends.
Great. Which means that if it happens to you, it's nothing about hate. It's nothing about disregarding you. But it's just a cultural thing. People think that you deserve your personal space, even if something is not right. Yeah, I've seen even some cases where some Finns would say maybe a woman is not carrying a child in a proper way, but no one would say anything. Maybe if they are really, really, really concerned, they will make a call to police.
Yeah.
Like, hey, there is a child here who is not held properly. Maybe could you come and help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that is strange. Would imagine that somebody would give a notice or something like that, but that might happen also.
So that was number 2. Number 3, in most of the cases, a Finn would step in to help if she or sees you are in a situation that endangers your life. That's the difference. Like for ordinary things, you have left your zipline open, your child is not dressed properly, nobody will say anything to you. They will just be looking at you. But if they see you are in a situation that somehow signifies the danger of your life, everyone will step in to come and help. That's what I've personally experienced. What do you say about this?
Well, it depends on the situation. For example, in Helsinki, if it's a big city, and if there are lots of people around, might be that there's a group of people and nobody does anything. They just watch the situation. But I think it's more